Alright, welcome back to Season 3 of our show. We're on sausage, Episode 2. We're going to show you how to get these cooked up. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, it's homemade sausage today. Now in the last video, we showed you how to make all of these sausages, different flavors, different shapes, sizes. Now today we're going to show you how to cook them. It's bangers and mash. If you've never heard of bangers and mash, simple sausage, mashed potatoes, and gravy. We're using a Guinness gravy today to kick this off with because I feel it's going to give a beautiful taste. You can either cook these on the inside in a frying pan or outside on the grill. Today we're going for the inside. We got rain outside. I just really don't feel like going outside. So today we're staying inside. We're going to show you how to get this done. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do to get our bangers and mash started is get our mash started. So let's get some potatoes in. I got 5 potatoes peeled, so we're just going to put these right into the pressure cooker. I love my pressure cookers because it just saves time and it just makes the potatoes taste really fresh. We're going in just to cover them with just a little water. Let's lock this up. 20 minutes, we're going to let that go. While that's going, we're going to work on our gravy. So right here we got some mushrooms, onions, garlic, sage right in here. We got some flour. I got a little Guinness over here. And of course, the star of our show, I got our bangers. We're going to start with a little olive oil in here. So this is to tighten the gravy and make a gravy. I'm going with olive oil and flour. It's a good trick. Now I don't use cornstarch because I just don't like cornstarch. I don't like the consistency of it, and I feel you have to use a lot of it to really tighten up a sauce. So this will make a nice quick gravy. It's not going to be a tight gravy. It's just going to be a nice loose gravy, just to go right over top of our mash. So just like that, that's done. We'll just tighten that up real quick. And that's gravy, believe it or not. That's healthy olive oil gravy. So now we got that done. Onto the stove we go. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get in our mushrooms. Now the mushrooms contain a lot of water, so we want to cook that water out of them. So that's where we're going in with our mushrooms first. They'll take about 3 minutes to cook down, but we want to just get all that water out of them. While we're doing that, we're going to add just a little salt. It'll draw some of the moisture out of them as well. Just a pinch. A little bit more. And some black pepper. If you don't want the black pepper, you don't have to use it. I'm going to use a little bit more in there. It's going to make a nice sauce. That's where we want this. You don't really have to worry about burning mushrooms. That water is going to come right out of them anyway. Just get them cooked down. And you can see them shrink in size and see all that water cooked out of them. We're doing that. Let's get some garlic and oregano in. Just to help flavor. Now, normally I would have my hood on, get rid of some of this steam, but you guys gotta hear me. So you can see that water releasing quickly. It's on high heat, keep it on high. If I was outside on my gas stove, I would have been done with this already. but that's electric for you. I can't complain. And you'll see that water releasing. Now that's going to cook out pretty quick. And while that water's releasing, I'm going to get my onion in. Sweat that down a bit. Just leave it on high. And just let it tighten up on its own. So we're going to cook this down for about 2 minutes and we're going to meet you right back here. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, our onions are about cooked down in here and our mushrooms have just about released all their water. And when you see that happening, Guinness. Let's get our beer in. We're going with the whole thing. We want all of it. And we're going to let this calm down a little bit. And we're going to let this come to a simmer. And we're going to cook some of that barley out of there. So we're going to give this another 2 minutes, let it come to a simmer, or a quick boil, and then we'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. Alright, a little water in here. I'm going to hold back some. And we're going to bring this up to another simmer. We'll meet you right back here. Alright, now it's time for a bouillon. Now we drop the heat back to low. And we're going to drop our bouillon in. It's going to add a little bit more flavor. Very simple ingredients. We're just going to cook this down a little bit more. And then we're going to start to add our thickener. And here we go. I'm going to add our thickener. Again, we don't want this like a thick gravy. We want it more like a sauce. So little by little, we're just going to add and stir. That's it, just add and stir. And we're going to get our consistency right by adding a little bit more water. And I'm going to drop it off the heat. See how quick that tightened that up? Now that's a little too tight for me, so I want a little bit more liquid. And add a little bit more water. You can add more beer. That always makes for a good loosener in here. And we're going to add just a little more beer at the end. But I want my consistency right first. It's about where I want it. We're going to loosen it with the beer. And we're done. Taste it and see where we are, and we'll meet you back here. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we let this cook down another 2 more minutes, and it's nice and thick. But we don't want it this thick. We want it a little bit more loose, so here's where the second Guinness comes in. I'm going to add a good amount of that. And this is going to add the flavor. And bring in that real traditional flavor from that barley. Now this is where I'm going to get my consistency from. So I usually add 2 beers, one at the beginning and one at the end to finish it off. And then I taste from there. And you can add more salt, pepper, So right off the bat, I know I need more pepper because I tasted this. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more pepper. And I'm gonna go easy on the salt and let up. And just let this do its thing. But look how nice and dark and rich that looks. That's what you want. That's the Guinness. Let's put some more. I think I'm gonna put the entire thing in. So it's 2 beers. And I should get a more loose consistency. That's what I want. I don't want it so tight. I'm gonna taste when this cooks off a little bit, and then I'll go from there. But that's what I want, that consistency there, where it just looks smooth and silky and dark brown. I mean, look at that. That's what you're looking for. We'll let this cook off 5 minutes and we're done. We'll meet you right back here to cook those bangers. Don't go anywhere. Alright, time to get these bangers in. Now in here I have some lard. I let it melt down in here. You could use whatever amount you use, but I just have a little bit of lard. Wait for it to start coming to a little smoke a little bit, and we're going to get these in. And now I'm going to put them on medium. Now these aren't like your normal sausages in the store that release a bunch of fat. These are pretty lean. That's why we're using the lard to fry them in. Now I do have a lid here with them. We're frying them on low. I'm going to pop a little bit. I'm just going to turn them. And you're going to keep turning them. And look at those browning up. Lovely. Now I'm cooking these very gently, and that's what you want. You want to cook them very gently, otherwise they're going to pop all over the place. You're not going to brown them right. They're just not going to come out right. They'll dry them out, and you'll make your kitchen a mess. So I'm going to brown these up, both sides. I'll meet you right back here, and we're going to show you the browning on these. Don't go anywhere. Alright, this is how easy I'm cooking these. Now I got a splatter screen over here just so I don't get grease all over the place. And this is how easy and gentle this cook is. It's not crazy. So I turn them on their backs, so this way they can brown on that side too, and they're not just browning on one. You'd have a problem getting them on this side, but you can kind of get them on that side too if you leave them like that. So I've just been going easy and just turning them on their backs. Let me roll him over like that. You can kind of get them in there and just move them around like these. They're on their backs. And I'll just break up that over here and I'll just turn it back over. But brown them on all sides. This way you're not browning them on one side. And at the end, you can jack the heat up just to really get a good brown on them, but you're cooking them from the inside out when you're cooking them that slow. You want to just cook them real slow and make sure they're cooked. And you'll know when they're cooked. They'll just release a bunch of clear liquid. You won't need to stick a thermometer in there because you're going to let everything run out. You're going to dry them out if you try to stick a thermometer in there. So just judge it out. Total cook time for these on low like this should take you about 15 to 20 minutes. No problem. So we're going to let these cook and we're going to meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so I let these cook nice and easy. They're cooked inside, so now I'm just going to hit them with some heat and brown them off. So you want to get them brown now. at the end and not brown from the beginning, because they'll be too brown on the outside and not cooked enough in the middle. So I'm just going to brown them off, and then we're going to pull them. See how nice and brown they're getting? That's what you want. Just like that. You can smell these now. You smell that sage, the garlic. They smell amazing. So I'm going to finish browning these. We're going to plate them up. We're going to meet you over on the chopping block. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Okay, potatoes are out of the cooker. So what I did was just break them up a little bit. I just chopped them like that and kind of let them cool a bit. Now what I'll do is just go in with half stick of butter. We'll go in with some fresh onions. These are raw onions. And they'll just kind of sweeten up a little bit inside the potatoes. That's why I put them in like that. Give that a mix. I'm gonna go in with some salt. Not much, because it's in the gravy. So go a little salt, and you can add your own. Onion powder. Garlic powder. No salt in any of this. They're just onion powder and garlic powder. And black pepper. Just a touch. Keep it real simple here, because that gravy is going to speak for this dish. By the time you put them sausage on the top of here, ooh, it's going to be fire. And that's it. Very simple meal. Now you can go creamy on this if you want to put milk in here and hit it with a blender or mixer. Put these in your mixer, but I like mine with some substance. I like that bite that you get out of that potato. And to me, they seem to just hold better this way, and they go along with the meal of mash and bangers. All right, stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are, season 3's chopping block, bangers and mash. Let's show you what we got. Look at those. Beautiful. That's how you want to crisp these up. So let's get into one. We'll just go for this guy right here. I'm just going to cut right down the middle so I can show you the inside of this. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. That's how you want to cook that. You can see all the garlic in there, the sage. I mean, that's a beautiful sausage. Let's give that a pitmaster taste. Fantastic. It's a really hearty, savory sausage. Gotta try this recipe. For those of you guys that are making sausages, start using fresh ingredients in them, and it's a world of difference. All right, let's show you what this looks like on a plate. So today it's bangers and mash with Guinness gravy. So the first thing we'll do is get our mash on here. Now you guys saw this mash being done. I'll leave some leeway in here on the mashed potatoes to soak up that gravy. So I kind of make the potatoes a bit dry because they're going to suck that gravy right in. And that's how you want them. You don't want watery potatoes because they're not going to take that gravy in. Got these potatoes with thyme, just dry thyme. That's it. So right in the middle we go. We're going to make a little indent here for that beautiful Guinness gravy. And let's get that onto the plate. So this was the consistency that we were looking at. That's how you want it. Just like that. And I'm just going to go right on to the potato with that. Look at those mushrooms in there. I mean, you can't go wrong. You can taste all the barley in this bowl too. Okay. And I think I'm going to go a little bit more. Let's just clean up our plate. And now, we're going to get our bangers on. That's one banger, and we're going to go with another little banger in there. And then we're just going to garnish. A little parsley on top. There it is. Bangers and mash. All right, we're going to get organized and we're going to meet you right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Homemade sausages with sage and garlic. Bangers and mash with a homemade rye bread. We're going to leave a link in the description to that rye bread. It's cowboy rye bread. No knead, no yeast. You're going to want to definitely see that being made. And if you like this video and more videos about to come, please don't forget to hit that like. Hit that bell. That's why you get all those notifications first. And to the next sausage episode. Gotta get that little pitmaster taste there.